agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị ndụ n'ụbọchị nke taa anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị onye ọ bụ naanị ya ka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbagba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa anyị wee na-eto gị wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'otuto na-eja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ise ise ise.
Playing out much more than we expected, but the most important thing is that we don't have to lose focus. We must make sure that we make the struggle the struggle for the freedom of Biafrans, more especially the freedom of our student Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the spirit leader of IPOB, which is the indigenous people of Biafra, has become the symbol of freedom in that contraption called Nigeria. He is the symbol of freedom in the contraption called Nigeria. It's not just about the Biafra, not just about the Oduduwa people, not just about the Middle Belt, but anybody that is in that contraption called Nigeria. You can deny it from heaven to hell. You can deny it, but the truth remains that the symbol of freedom we have in that contraption called Nigeria is our son Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And anytime you are making argument and trying to put him behind, you are losing the argument. We don't have to lose focus. More especially for Biafrans who are fighting for the freedom of Biafra. Do not forget that the symbol of freedom we have is our spirit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he remains the only symbol of freedom and our role model. He is the only role model we have, and he is the only the person who is fundamentally fighting the right cause for the people to make sure that our voice is being heard. Anything short of that is just a game. It's a play. It's a play. We don't have to forget that. Don't lose focus. It doesn't matter who is talking. It doesn't matter who is speaking. It doesn't matter the angle they are coming from. It doesn't matter the area they are speaking from. The only thing that matters for you and I now is the freedom of our student Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is the freedom of Biafra. Biafra is very close. Don't lose focus. It is very close. In as much as now we are having so many distractions from all corners. Distraction from east, from west, from north, from south, from right, left, and center, from all corners, all angles. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. Do not allow yourself to be distracted. They will distract you. Definitely they will. So many of them are ready to distract. Even people you trust, people you are laying your hope on, they are going to distract you. Even people you think that are fighting for us, so many of them are not fighting for him. So many people are fighting for their own selfish interest, trying to promote themselves ahead of that very symbol that we know. You see some people, when they come on their broadcast and talk about issues, you see somebody spending hours talking about their own personal self, their own personal organization, or their own, trying to uplift themselves instead of talking about what matters. But I will tell you, anybody or any person or any group that is exalting themselves above that freedom that we are talking about, the freedom of Biafra, you don't know what you're talking about, and don't support such group. If you want to earn any legitimacy and you want to earn support, you have to earn it by your attitude, by what you do. Biafrans will definitely support you if you are standing for truth, if you are consistent, and you are doing the right thing. Biafrans will definitely support you. But when you see somebody begin to demand respect, demand for support, demand for upliftment, that person is not doing the right thing. That is why they are making such demand. This is the time we have to focus on what matters, which is the freedom of Biafrans, the freedom of everybody in that country, in that very place you call the old southeastern region. When I talk about the old southeastern region, I mean the present south and the southeast. That is the old southeastern region. And that is where we are concerned about. That is Biafra land. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying from any angle, from wherever they are coming from. Anything they are saying is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. The only thing that matters, that is in the front burner, is the freedom of Biafra. The freedom of the people of Biafra. And we must get our freedom. You see what is happening. They have brought death to us. The Janjaweed government have brought the weapon of fear. That is the weapon they want to use against the Biafrans. Not just against the Biafrans, against the whole southern part of Nigeria. They are using that weapon of fear, weapon of terror. But if you do not lose focus, if you don't chicken out, you will be victorious. They have come to occupy our land with their military, with all manner of force, just to intimidate the Biafrans, to intimidate the Southerners to go down, to bow down their knees. But we cannot bow. A true Biafran, born of his mothers and father, cannot be able to bow to a Janjaweed. We can't bow to a Janjaweed. It doesn't matter the angle they are coming from. It doesn't matter where they are coming from. We must continue this struggle until Biafra comes. And Biafra will definitely come. Biafra is on its way already. It's very, very close to you and I. Very, very close. For those who think Biafra is not here, or maybe it's a propaganda, or it's a media say, you can see the handwriting written on the wall that Biafra is very close. It's very close. And that is why they are fighting from all angles, pushing all manner of buttons to see that they take us back. But will you allow them to take us back? We cannot allow us to take us back from where we are coming from. We can't allow them. Our Supreme Damasin Nnamdi Kanu has done a lot of work. He has done a lot of work. The most important aspect of the job, which is sensitization of the people, to let them know what they deserve and what they want. And today, I can tell you that 99.9% of the people in the old Southeastern region, they want referendum. That is what we are demanding for. Referendum and nothing more. We are asking for referendum. We are not asking for war. We are not asking for destruction. We are not talking down on any other person. We are asking for referendum for the people to decide their fate and choose where they want to belong. Is that too much to ask? Is it a crime for somebody to ask for something that is in their law in that country called Nigeria? Referendum is in the law of Nigeria. But I don't blame them. I don't blame them as much. I blame the people who are the politicians, the people who claim to be representing the Southeastern region. The Ohanese Ndigbo and the political elites. The Ohanese Ndigbo are political elites. They know that there is referendum. They know there is something like self-determination in the law of Nigeria. They know very well. There is something that is called self-determination in the law of Nigeria. And they know that their people want referendum. They want self-determination. Why don't you activate that very self-determination in the law? You see some of them saying there is no referendum in the law of Nigeria. There is referendum in the law of Nigeria, and the law of necessity permits us to conduct referendum when it is needed. The law of necessity is in Nigeria, and it permits us to conduct referendum for people to be free. It is because of referendum that Atiku Abubakar is able to participate in Nigeria today as somebody who is contesting for presidency. Atiku Abubakar is not a Nigerian. He's a Cameroonian. He's a Cameroonian. But the doctrine of necessity was adopted during that time, and in Cameroonians, they did that referendum. Nigeria conducted that referendum on their own part to decide where people want to be. It is because of that referendum that Atiku Abubakar become a part of Nigeria, and Atiku Abubakar can be able to contest for presidency in Nigeria. It is also because of referendum that we have the Midwestern state. Remember the old Midwestern state, the Midwest, they conducted a referendum for them to have the Midwestern state. It is referendum. So anybody telling you that there is no referendum in their constitution, they are just lying to themselves. They are lying to themselves. Because you and I know that there is referendum. And the doctrine of necessity makes it possible for them to introduce that referendum so that people can know where they are going. But these people whom we are dealing with are demons. And they have decided not to speak to anybody, neither to dialogue to anybody. Instead, they prefer in going their own separate ways and doing that which they feel is better for them. A government that tells you that they cannot sit down with IPOB and discuss with IPOB. That same government is sitting down with terrorists. Sitting down with terrorists. Telling you that they are integrating terrorists. They are paying money to terrorists. The same government that told you that they cannot negotiate with IPOB, they are paying ransom to the bandits. Giving money to bandits directly and making case for bandits. This is the same government that said that they cannot discuss with an organization that is speaking up for their own people, asking for a legitimate right, which is self-determination. IPOB have what they are asking for. Just like our brothers in the Oduduwa land, they have what they are asking for. The Oduduwa people are making a demand. What they are demanding for is self-determination, and it is in the law. You don't want to discuss with them. You cannot sit on the table and talk with them. You cannot sit with the IPOB members and talk with them. But the terrorists themselves that are killing people, they are killing, even as I'm speaking with you now, they are still killing people. They are discussing with them. Recruiting them into their military. Recruiting them into all their forces in Nigeria. You saw them, the way they are recruiting them into their custom. Sometimes when we say certain things we say online, you see some idiots come out and say that it's a lie. But we are not forcing you to believe. Anything you hear from us online when we are broadcasting, go and make your own verification. Make your verification. After verifying, then you can be able to make your choice on what to believe. The only reason why we spend our time online to bring out the truth is because the conventional media in Nigeria cannot set the record straight. They will always continue to paint things in the wrong form. They will always try to make things mild. They will not tell you exact situation of things. But on social media, nobody controls what we say. We set the record straight and say it the way it is. We say it the way it is. The same bandits they are talking about reintegrating. The same bandits they are talking about putting into their military and giving them leeway to go into the government. The same bandits they will never name terrorists. Look at what they did recently in Abuja. Abuja of all people, University of Abuja. They went there and kidnapped people in University of Abuja. Kidnapped people in University of Abuja. Abuja that people are boasting of. This same Abuja, a place that is supposed to be the capital city, the capital of Nigeria, that is supposed to be the most secure place in Nigeria. Bandits were able to go there. Terrorists were able to go there to kidnap people. And somebody is still lifting his head or high and calling him or herself a one Nigerianist. Still speaking up on one Nigeria. A government have not been able to unleash the military on those people. They can't even be able to protect the Abuja they are in. But they are busy sending troops to Anambra State. They are busy sending troops to Anambra State to go and kill people. You saw a jet on the air, helicopter on the air, bombing people on the ground in Anambra State. What war are they fighting in Anambra State? What war are they fighting? They are fighting a war that they have created by themselves. Tell me, killing innocent people indiscriminately. You saw the one that happened in Enugu State. You saw the one that happened in Enugu State before your own very eyes. Since that very video have been going viral, did you see it on the conventional media? The conventional media will never play it. They will never report it. They will never report it because they are scared of the Janjaweed. They are scared of the government. They are playing the role of the government. They will never report it. You saw it before your own very eye. Military men shooting directly to villagers, going to village, go to a family house and clear the family house and burn the people in it. People captured it on video. Yet, nobody is talking about it. Even your so-called political elites in Biafra land, political elite in the southern part of Nigeria, they are not outraged about what is happening. They are not saying anything about it. They are still talking about election in Anambra State. They are still talking about election in Anambra State where they have militarized. Election in Anambra State where they will use their police and army to vote. Biafrans have spoken and said there will be no election in Anambra State. It doesn't matter the angle they come from. It doesn't matter the fear they try to push into Anambra State. It is not going to work. It is not going to work. The spirit of Biafra have possessed every Biafran and we are taking our freedom by ourselves. It doesn't matter who is speaking from two sides of their mouth. There are so many people who are supposed to be representing us Biafrans. Instead of representing us, they are speaking from both sides of their mouth, including people who claim to be members of IPOB. People who claim to be fighting for Asiedu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But when you hear what they are saying and the way they are acting and the angle they are going, you will know that these people are on their own. They are not fighting for Asiedu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Neither are they fighting for Biafra. It is so sad. It has gotten to an extent where every man has to be on his own. You see, initially, when our brother Simon Ekpa came out and talked about autopilot, he spoke about autopilot. People misunderstood him. People took the message and began to run around with it. People begin to say all manner of things against him, begin to preach wrong information, something that he never said. That warning that our brother Simon Ekpa gave about the autopilot is what is happening today. The autopilot have taken control of everything. That thing that our brother Simon Ekpa warned us about. And he said that the leadership of IPOB should be very careful so that they can be able to manage the situation. That was the warning that was given before it started happening. He was waking the leadership of IPOB up to be able to control what is about to come. Today, that autopilot that they demonized, they didn't want to listen. Instead, they decided to twist the word. That is what is happening today. Go and check. If you go online, you even see that people who are standing up for Asiedu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu effectively and speaking up are the people you don't even expect that will speak up. People who are spending every of their time on their channel talking about Asiedu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are people you don't even expect that will talk. People who we are expecting to talk, when they come online to speak, you find them using hours to speak about themselves. They begin to exalt themselves above that person they are protecting. They come spend hours to exalt themselves, but when they want to talk about the issue of that man that matters, the symbol of freedom, which is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the symbol of freedom in Biafra land, it doesn't matter the way you speak about it. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter how you feel about what I'm saying. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the freedom or symbol of freedom in Biafra land. And when you are speaking, you spend hours talking about irrelevant things. When you want to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you talk about it just for a second. What does that tell you? People trying to exalt themselves above that which matters. That is what we see today. People who are supposed to be representing the indigenous people of Biafra are not representing. They are instead exalting themselves. They are instead representing themselves. They are instead forcing people to obey them or not obey them. You don't force anybody to obey you. You have to earn it. You earn it by your attitude. You earn it by what you do. If you are doing the right thing, you don't have to force people to listen to you. You don't have to force people to obey you. People will on their own dance to your tune, even before you speak. Take for example, it's so sad that people who are working with our Asiedu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who have worked with him for many years, they have not even learned anything from him. They didn't learn anything. The people who have learned a lot from Asiedu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are the people that started following him recently. People that started following him recently, they are the people that are learning. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is one person again that learns. He learns every day and he listens. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu listens to everybody, even his enemy. He listens. He doesn't underrate anybody. That is why anything you are saying, I have seen in so many occasions when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is having his live broadcast. People come on the live broadcast of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they challenge him and challenge everything that he stands for. He doesn't shut them down. He doesn't off the mic on them. He speaks to them. And at the end of the discussion, you see that those people will be convinced. They will see the reason why they have to follow him and obey what he's saying. Because it's making sense. But today, what do we see? People who are supposed to be setting example. You set example. The example you are supposed to set is by keeping your word. Everything you say, stand by it. Be truthful. Be sincere. Be open in every discussion. You don't tell me to stand and you'll be moving. You don't tell me to move and you'll be standing. Be consistent in everything you are saying. When you have lacked consistency, you have lacked truthfulness, and yet you are expecting people to obey you and follow you, it is impossible. Nobody is going to do that. Definitely nobody is going to follow you, or nobody is going to buy your idea. If you really sincerely want to follow, or you sincerely want to have followership, you sincerely want people to listen to what you're saying, you have to be sincere and open to them. That is the only way to go. But it's unfortunate that in the present day, people spend time on things that do not matter. if you want to build credibility, you have to build credibility so that people can be able to respect you and respect the order you are giving. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not force anybody to follow him. I have never seen him forcing anybody to, in his broadcast, he never forced anybody to follow him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in his broadcast, will say, if you know what you can do to get Biafra, go and do it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has always concentrated on freedom, the freedom of the people. Not just the freedom of Biafra, the freedom of every indigenous tribe in the contraction called Nigeria. That was why you saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even in the court. Last time when he was in the court, he was speaking up for even the Janjaweed. He was speaking out even for Northerners. He was making a case for even people from the north. Not just for people from the south. Not just for the Biafra, not just for the Tutuan. He was speaking up for everybody. Because he has built credibility. That is why people are rallying around him. People don't just come out and begin to ask people to follow them because of whom they are or because of what you think you have. You have to prove yourself, prove your credibility by your actions. Today, you can see Biafrans have taken the challenge upon themselves, and that is the right thing to do. Every Biafran have to stand up and fight for that which is right. Fight for your own freedom. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody. Time has passed when we begin to wait for people to fight for us. It has passed. The major thing, the awareness has been created. Everybody in Biafra land today knows the right thing to do. Every single soul in Biafra land today knows that we are supposed to be free and we need freedom. Every single Biafran knows that we need freedom. And we are supposed to fight for your freedom. We know that nobody is going to give us freedom. Nobody. And we know what we are facing. The common enemy that we are facing in that country called Nigeria is the Fulani Janjaweed, the Fulani Caliphate. The Fulani Caliphate have built their chamber. They have built their caliphate in a way that nothing matters to them except themselves. Nothing matters to them except themselves. And we have come to realize that each time you hear somebody speaking about one Nigeria, more especially people from that caliphate, from the core north, when they are talking about one Nigeria, they are talking about themselves. They are talking about themselves. They are talking about the Fulanis. They are not talking about you. They are not talking about the Ududuans. They are not talking about the Biafrans. They are not talking about the Middle Belters. Each time you are hearing about anything that has to do with one Nigeria, it is about the Fulanis. It's about the Fulanis. That is why since the late Buhari entered power, up to date, today that they are using an imposter who is replacing him. The only thing in their front burner has been the way to enthrone the Fulanis and make sure that the Fulanis are leading. To enthrone the Fulanis, it is a discussion about cow every day. Cow this, cow that, cow this, cow that. Whenever you bring anything on the table to make sure that it's a level playing field, they will never accept it. They will never. And it's so sad that people from the southern part of Nigeria who are supposed to be concerned are not concerned. People who are supposed to know better, they don't know better. It is sad. We allow the mentality of the Janjaweed to go into us. They have gone into us, even up to going into our churches. They are controlling even our churches. We know that the caliphates we are talking about, they are not Christians, but they have penetrated even in the churches. That is why you will see a pastor, somebody who is supposed to be a pastor, instead of speaking up for his own people, he is speaking up for the Janjaweed. Standing for Janjaweed, telling you to pray for the Janjaweeds. That is how decayed the mentality of the people in that contraction have become. And it's not going to get better any soon. It is not getting better any soon. It is going to get worse. It is going to get worse. That is why you have to speak up. You have to speak up. There will be no election in Anambra State. No election in Anambra State. It doesn't matter the propaganda they are pushing forward. It doesn't matter the angle they are coming from. It doesn't matter their angle. They can do everything, do all manner of their instill fear in people. But the only people who are going to fall victim are the people who have decided not to listen. Every equipment you require to stay alive in Biafra land has been given to you. Every information you need to stay alive in Biafra land is before your own very eyes. It's in your hand. It depends on you if you want to listen or you don't want to listen. If you want to follow the other way around, it is your own business. It's just your own business. It is in your hand. But for those of us who are spending our time to come from time to time and tell you what is going on, We will always tell you what we feel is the right way to go. We don't know it all. I'm not telling you that I know it all. But when you put 1 + 1 together, you can be able to find the solution. And the problem of Nigeria, the solution is not far-fetched, being that it is something that is being replayed over and over and over again. And it's nothing that is happening in that contemporary corner that is new. There is nothing happening there that is new. It is the same script that they are playing. The same script. You see what is happening in Anambra State. The killing that is happening in Anambra State. Every time there is an election in that very contemporary called Nigeria, there has never been an election. They have only selection. And how do they do their selection? They do their selection by forcing people to endorse their criminality. They use their thugs. They use their military. They use their police to force people to endorse their criminality. That is what we have seen right from the time of independence up to date. We have been seeing it. But today, the Biafrans have said that they cannot be able to endorse that criminality anymore. They cannot be part of that criminality anymore. The only vote that the Biafrans want to cast is the vote of referendum. That is what Biafrans are saying. That they want to cast a vote of referendum. They do not want to do anything around the election. Instead of listening to them, they are being demonized. They are being demonized. A lot of power is being unleashed on them. People want to kill them from all angles. Killing Biafrans on daily basis. Look at what is happening in Biafra land today. People are dying. People are dying. People are being killed. The military, the Boko Haram that was being recruited to the military are being pushed to the south part of Nigeria, and they are killing people in various places. And as this is happening, you have the United Nations in Nigeria. You have the Amnesty International in Nigeria. You have all the international embassies. All those world powers, they have their embassies in Nigeria. But ask me, why are they not speaking up about what is happening in the contraption called Nigeria? Why are they not speaking up about the genocide that is happening in Biafra land as I speak to you? As I speak to you, genocide is happening in Biafra land. People are being killed in Biafra land as I speak to you. Genocide is going on. And yet, nobody cares. Nobody cares and nobody is doing anything about it. You think it's okay. It is not okay. It is not okay and can never be okay. We will continue to fight. We will continue to speak up. We will continue to look up. It doesn't matter what anybody says or what anybody does. We will continue to fight on until Biafra comes. If you know any way you're going to play your own role, if you know any contribution you can be able to make to see that people get the information of what is going on in that contraption called Nigeria, you have to do it. Speak up in your own platform. Use your own platform to say it the way it is. Don't allow people to change the narrative. More especially the conventional media. The conventional media has been bought over. They are so scared they cannot be able to set the record straight. Sometimes you don't blame them. You can see the few information they're able to give us, they are being given fine. Sometimes you see them, they begin to question them. They ban some of the medias and they summon some of their presenters. And because of them, some of them are feared. Some of them are afraid. And it is this fear-mongering, this system of making people afraid, that is what they are using to hold the conventional media down. That is why most of the time I blame them a little and I don't blame them much. But shall we remain in fear and expect to have something positive? No, we cannot allow fear to overcome us. That is my message to the Biafrans. Don't allow fear, or the people from the southern part of Nigeria, don't allow fear to occupy your head. Don't allow fear. If you allow fear to occupy you, you cannot be able to fight the battle. You can't. You can't. The only way you can be able to overcome is don't allow fear to take over your stage. How many people are they going to kill? If you are looking for a better country, there must be a sacrifice you must have to make. We all cannot die. We all will not die. Remember what our Senior Master Narikan used to say. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra will come. Oduduwa will be actualized. The Middle Belters will survive. Every indigenous tribe will finally get the freedom that we are asking for. That is the only way to go. That is the way to go. We should always try to make our freedom our focus. For those who are exalting themselves, if you want people to respect you and want to follow your instruction, what you're saying, you have to prove yourself. Prove yourself. Prove your credibility by being consistent and truthful. I don't want to mention them when I'm speaking, but those who I'm talking to know that I'm talking to them. Those who are talking to know that I'm talking to them. When you come online, instead of telling Biafrans what they are supposed to hear, talking about the freedom of Biafrans and the people they are killing in our Biafran land. Speaking up for them because you are supposed to be the voice of the masses. You don't do that. You begin to tell us how we will obey you, obey every of your instruction, and obey what you are saying, even when you have nothing to offer. Today, our Supreme Damasin Nnamdi Kanu is in captivity. We expect people to be speaking up for him. Not just the Biafran, not just the Duduan. Every well-meaning person in that country called Nigeria knows, is supposed to know that the symbol of freedom is being held captive. The symbol of freedom is being held captive. And we must make sure we speak up for the symbol of freedom. We must make sure we speak up for him. But instead of you speaking up for him, you make it your own topic. You make yourself relevant more than him. Even though you have nothing to offer. Even when you know in your speech you have nothing to offer. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have laid a great foundation that will lead all of us to safety. A great foundation that will lead all of us to success. A great foundation that will make everybody to survive. But yet, some people are looking down on that foundation that he has laid. The foundation of truth. The foundation of sincerity. The foundation of consistency. You have to be consistent. And for those who want to be alive, participate in the sit at home. Anytime Biafrans are observing the sit at home, participate in the sit at home. Civil disobedience have now become the greatest weapon we use. There is nobody is asking you to carry a gun and go and shoot anybody. I have not heard the leadership of IPOB making any announcement that people should carry a gun and begin to fight and shoot. No. What the Biafrans are embarking on is civil disobedience. And you have to participate in that civil disobedience. Try as much as you can to participate. Let us try to save as many people as we can. We have to save as many people as we can because the war has come in our doorstep. For a very long time, people have been shouting. Our Sulawesi Nnamdi Kanu have been crying that they are coming. They are coming. Today, they are there in our doorstep. They are there with us. What are you doing to protect yourself? What step are you taking to protect yourself? Self-defense remains the right of every living human being on this planet Earth. Everybody living on this planet Earth, you have the right to defend yourself. It is only a tree that you say you want to cut it down and that tree will remain where it is. Even an animal, when you make a move to kill an animal, the animal will run away. If he runs away, if you continue to pursue him, it will fight back to protect itself. It will fight back, let alone a human being. It is time for us to stand up and protect ourselves. As you have seen, nobody is there to speak for us anymore. Nobody is there to fight for you and I. The people who are supposed to be fighting for the Biafrans are fighting for themselves. Biafra is the only way, the only solution. It's only when we have Biafra that we can have people who can speak up for you and I. People who can stand up and defend. For now, nobody can defend you. Nobody can speak up for you. Nobody whatsoever can stand up and say that he's fighting for you. No. You see the Ohanaeze Ndigbo. You see the game Ohanaeze Ndigbo is playing. Ohanaeze Ndigbo, instead of them filing a suit in the court against the federal government, asking the federal government to grant off self-determination, Ohanaeze Ndigbo is coming from the back door and they are telling the government of the Janjaweed to listen to the suit of the Northern Group. The Northern Group filed a suit and Ohanaeze Ndigbo is backing them up instead of filing their own suit. And the suit that these people filed, the suit that this soldier will file, is not for our own benefit. It's for their own benefit. A criminal suit that they filed, and the suit is not representing the request of Biafrans. The Biafrans are not requesting for 5 states to have a referendum and go. No. Biafrans are not requesting for 5-state referendum. But that suit, that lawsuit you see the Northern Forum filed, they are telling the federal government to conduct a referendum for the 5 states of the Southeast to go. That is not the request of the Biafrans. Biafrans are asking for the Biafran people, which are the old Southeastern region, the real Biafran people, old Southeastern region, the present South-South and the Southeast, to leave the contraption called Nigeria. That is what we are asking for. We are not asking for 5 states. But Ohanaeze Ndigbo, who are supposed to know better, are backing up that evil agenda. That is how criminal these people are. That is how criminal they are. They won't tell me they don't know the content of that very suit that these people filed, and they are still backing it up. What we are demanding as Biafran is self-determination for Biafran people. And the Biafran people are the old Southeastern region, Southeast and the present South-South. They are the people who are asking for referendum. Anything short of that, we are not part of it. Because you cannot be talking of 5 states when we know that we are not asking for the freedom of only the Igbo Biafrans. The Igbo Biafrans are not asking for their own freedom alone. They are asking for the freedom of the Biafran land so that they can go along with their own brothers. And even if you want to set the Igbo Biafrans free, Igbo Biafrans are not only in 5 states of Nigeria. Igbo Biafrans are not only in the 5 states you call southeastern part of Nigeria. Igbo Biafrans are in 13 states. Indigenous, I'm not saying people who came to visit or people who are doing business. Indigenous, Igbo Biafrans are indigenous in 13 states. And this 13 states includes Benue State. Benue State that they are carving into north. How can a sane person be calling an Igbo man a northerner? Even the Janjaweed know that an Igbo man is not a northerner. The Janjaweed themselves, they know that Igbo man is not a northerner. And yet, they carved you into the north. And the Ohanese Igbo that are supposed to be speaking up, they are not speaking up. They are backing up a referendum of 5 states. That is how decayed the people who are supposed to be represented. When Mazi Nnamdi comes out, Mazi Nnamdi cannot come on his broadcast and is talking down on them, people will say he is abusing elders. But I don't know what people regard as elders. I don't know what you think elders. I don't know what people mean by elders. Because are you an elder because you have a white hair? Are you an elder because of the number you have in your age? Is that what makes you an elder? Don't you know that foolish people also grow old? Foolish people also grow old. Dumb people also grow old. So are you going to be listening to foolish people and dumb people just because they are old? Just because of their age? You can only be addressed an elder when you have something upstairs. When you learn from past experience. When you have something in your head. Those are the people you can address as elders. And you see such elders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whenever he comes on broadcast, he respects them and he exalts them. He respects them. He talks good of them. But the kind of people we have today, in that country of God, Nigeria, who claims to be representing their people, meanwhile they are representing their stomach. They are there for their own sake. Look at the people who are coming out for Anambra election. Go and check their record. All the people who are contesting to be governor of Anambra State, go and check their record. What they have they done? From A to Z. Some of them are still in this Janjaweed government. Some of them are in this Janjaweed government and they are boasting about it. A government that have sworn to subjugate your people and make sure that your people don't survive. You are serving under the government. And you couldn't be able to change anything. And you think by being a state governor you can change something. Some of the people contesting for the governorship in Anambra State, most of them, they are in this government of the late Buhari, serving a dead man. And they know that these people have a script against their own people. They were not able to turn it around. Now they want to come back, to come to the grassroots, to make sure they subjugate us the more. And they think that the Biafrans are blind. Biafrans are not blind, we are seeing everything. And that is why Biafrans are speaking up. And Biafran has spoken loudly that they will not be part of any election. Biafrans are speaking individually. It doesn't matter if you are waiting for an order to come to somewhere, that means you don't know whom you are. Time have come when you have to wait for an order to come before you do the right thing. Don't wait for an order. Every Biafran is possessed with the spirit of Biafran, and they know the right thing to do, and that is what they are doing. They are not waiting for order from anywhere. Biafrans are doing what is right. That is what they are doing. That is why you see in the issue of sit at home, even though the sit at home was called off, Biafrans are sitting at home because they know it is the right thing to do. For a man who has sacrificed everything he has, sacrificed his own life, sacrificed mother and father, sacrificed his own kingdom, sacrificed his career, and today he gave his life up. He's in DSS because of you and I. Biafrans know the price he has paid, and they are sitting at home on his own behalf, without being forced, without being coerced. And you think that same Biafrans do not know what is right for them? They know. They know that the election you are conducting is not for them. They know that you are forcing them to endorse criminality, to endorse that thing that will kill them. and they don't want to be part of it. You don't want to listen. You want to force yourself in them. Bring in military from Okara. You see the killing that is happening in Anambra State that I see to you. Has anybody spoken up about it? Those people who claim to be leaders in the Southeastern region, have you seen anyone talking about it? Instead, they are the people that are inviting the military, supporting the military to kill the people. Supporting the military to kill their own people. The world is watching. The world is not saying anything about it. They are not saying anything. They are seeing it. That is why we are on social media. Thank God for the Biafrans. Biafrans are enlightened that anything that happens on the ground, Biafrans are posting it on social media. They are posting it on social media, and the world is seeing it. The world is seeing the genocide that is happening in the southern part of Nigeria, but they are silent. What does that tell you? That the freedom is in your hand. You cannot, don't wait for anybody to come and help you and bring the freedom. It's in your hand. Remember, in one of the broadcasts of Wasina Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us what he was told when he went to US to meet some congressmen. He went to US to meet some congressmen, and even when he went to the United Nations to discuss with them. In United Nations, he was asking them, why is it that they are not talking about the issue of Biafra? Why are you not coming into the issue of Biafra? And what answer did they give him? They told him to stop talking and go and act. That's what they told him. They said, stop talking and go and act. Until when you begin to act, that is when the United Nations will come in. That is when the world will speak up. That is what they told us. So if you are waiting for United Nations today or tomorrow, or waiting for the war power to come today tomorrow, they are not going to come. It is high time we begin to prepare ourselves for self-defense. Prepare yourself. They will come. Each time they come, go and check every other places that United Nations have come. They will wait until people are getting killed, until that genocide is being committed on a higher scale, before you see them step in. Already, Biafrans have lost 5 million. Up to today, nobody has been held accountable for people who have been lost in Biafra land. Members of IPOB have been killed. Thousands of IPOB members have been killed. Amnesty International recorded it and they spoke about it. Today, nobody has been held captive. Nobody has been held responsible for that, what happened. Nobody has been held responsible. And today, genocide is going on in Biafra land. The videos are everywhere. Some of the videos are so gruesome that we can never be to be shared. You will see soldiers, people, supposedly soldiers, who are trained, shooting innocent civilians, unarmed civilians, unprovoked. See soldiers in the streets everywhere. You saw where they were exchanging fire. In the market, inside the market, at the end of the day, people who were being killed are who? People who were being seen, who claim to be those unknown gunmen, are Fulanis. The people who were shot are being killed are being Fulanis. And the one that was being interrogated, who claimed to be from Enugu State, listen to that very guy very well and look at him properly and tell me, is that man an Igbo person? We know Igbos when we see them. We know Biafrans when we see them. We know Igbo Biafrans. We know other Biafrans when we see them. You can't convince us. We know ourselves. When you see a Biafran, when looking at a Biafran, you will see a Biafran, you know a Biafran. Biafrans value life. We value life so much. We value our own life and the life of our neighbors and friends. We don't take life. We don't just take life. And it is because of the respect and value we have for life. That is why the Janjaweed feel that they can come and threaten us in our own land. But it's not going to be for too long. In as much as we Biafrans value life, we will not allow people to kill us. We will defend ourselves by everything possible. We will definitely defend ourselves. And those who have come to kill us will go back home ashamed. Ashamed. It is so painful that in this military that are killing us, among these military that are killing us, some of them are from the southern part of Nigeria. Some of them are even Biafrans. Some of them are Biafrans. The people who are killing us, some of them are Biafrans. Just because of a salary. How much are you going to be paid? Just because of a salary. You will see a soldier killing your own brother in your presence. You can't even stand up to him and tell him, do not shoot. It doesn't matter the command that they've been given to you. I have seen that in several international. Fight more, and there is no going back.
Python, that's one, Python, that's two, now Python, that's a three. Una boogie Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Una boogie Mary Nnamdi. Nnamdi bụ onye du aịkpọ. O meriwo n'izu ngiro ya. Abakari Mamanda ụra. Una boogie Mary Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Una boogie Mary Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Una boogie Mary Nnamdi.